So here we are. Would it be okay if I begin?
Mm.
A space I spent a lot of time in life is transitioning and not attaching. And we were just talking about that and the completion and the journey and where we hold on too tight. We build these places or we establish these places and we attach meaning to them. But it doesn't just stop there. And in the attachment, we're not allowing the learning. And if we get it and just take the learning and let it go, the best metaphor I've ever seen. It was the Buddhist monks and an image of them making with the colored sands and little blowpipes, making these insanely complex mandalas or meditation images and most extraordinary, unbelievably complex. And it took days and they filmed it. And at the end, they meditated and appreciated the creation, and the audience were all watching. And then they just took their hands and wiped through the sands and wiped this complex, beautiful imagery. And of course, you could hear the moan from people witnessing it. Don't do that. It's so beautiful. It's amazing. How could you do that after all that work? And of course, the message is let go, like it's done, it's complete now. Just wipe it, let go. It just seemed apt. I just look for and allow what's today's about to turn up. And just noticing attachment and look at the year you are completing and look at this stage in your life you're completing and this timeline where you are, that each day, each year evolves, that you are completing. And just notice that the flow, the allowance of it, the appreciation, but not holding on too tight, is sacred space. And aging is one of the most powerful I've found. I'm in my seventh decade, and not that it really matters other than it's a stage, it's a symbolic era. And it means something. You can look up the 70s or the 80s or the developmental psychologist's perspective on the developmental stages of life. And you look at the beautiful hermetic work and the hermetic wisdoms, the polarity, the absolute never ending, the continuous nature of it all. And everything's connected in this beautiful matrix of cause and effect. And it's so above and so below. And all of that is part of that non-attachment. So just notice where you are in the segment of November, December, the completion of 225 in the numerical system, and just reflecting on sitting here and now putting your attention on your breath. Just watch it. It breathes infinitely, but it does have a beginning and it does have an end. There is a completion of the breath and there is a beginning of the breath in the three-dimensional physical world. And everything has its beginning and ending. Everything has its journey. Everything has its sacred. And you get a chance to add urgency or importance, not panic, to being in the space with absolute attention, because it will be completed whether you've understood it, recognized it, done anything with it or not. And the harsh, beautiful reality is the universe as such in its intelligence isn't really obsessed with whether you do or don't. It just provides the space, if one was to look at it that way. And here we are at the end of 225, in the time you're in, and in the age you're in, and in the condition your world is in, the condition of your money, the condition of your maintenance of your beautiful things. But then there's possibly, just as I created and think, there's possibly things that you have in your space that are complete, done, but you don't want to let them go. You're hoarding. I can't throw that out. It was my school outfit. I can't throw that out. It was my favorite. This, it was my, and we hold on. And we don't allow the transition of the completion to take place. And then we find there's blockages in our life. We might not attribute it to the shoes sitting there that are 3,000 years old. But as we notice it, just allow yourself now to recognize. Here we are, and sitting in the now. Just noticing, sitting and just being aware. And I want you to imagine as you breathe, letting go. Just imagine letting go of attachment. It's an idea. It might be a practice that some of you already are in, but just notice stuff around you. And as you check it, attachment to a house, or attachment to a car, or attachment to a bike, or attachment to an article of clothing, attachment to somebody else. Without you, I'm nothing. You complete me. And all of the stories of the love songs that are not so useful if you look at them philosophically. But just notice that each of us sweeps in like the whispering of a wind to each other's lives. And we sometimes just brush others. We keep others at a certain distance. We live and immerse in others and become relationships. And we attach to a point where we start to oblige each other and obligate each other into you should be doing this, and you're this and you're that, you're the husband, you're the wife, you should be, or you're the best friend, or you're the business partner, you really should be. And we do it, you really should be. And just allow yourself to check it and allow it to disconnect. Just somehow, just imagine it disconnected and breathe into that. And just sit in the stillness. And imagine running your hand through the beautiful mandala of your life, the beautiful imagery of the intricacy of the design and journey and the attachments and the amazing art of this journey. Some of it you've forgotten unless reminded. Some of it is just there. You walk past it every day. Sometimes we do that to each other in relationships. We just sort of walk past each other. And sometimes we are so attached the other person can't move in their full expression. So just notice it, notice this year and where you've taken it to, the accumulation of the history, the journey, and what you've done with it. No judgment. Just breathe into it and bring it through to December 2025. Wow. Just notice you and your realm, sovereignty, your space, the things around you that you choose. And just notice it and move your awareness around and let go. Imagine just letting go and floating. And as you do, as you float up and elevate above it, recognize that you're not attached to any of it other than in your decision to be attached. And as you float even higher with your awareness, allow the separation to take place and just see the space. And then if you wish, any time, and this might seem a little vague, move it around. It's like moving furniture. Move it around or look at it and take a snapshot and look and see stuff you're holding on to that you don't need in your life anymore. It's taking up space somehow. And you go to the wardrobe, or you go to the garage, or you go to the space that stores things. You step over stuff, trip over stuff, move stuff aside. And then you think to yourself, I must do something with that. I must get rid of that. Yes, I really must. And then you move past it and you move on. And you might have the same experience a year later. Over the years you accumulate. But as you move out in space, move out. Just notice anything. And the big getting as you move out, that you're actually attached to nothing, apart from your decision that you need it or you identify with it, or that you're not important without it, or you are important with it and you must never let it go. And it might be a title, it might be whatever it is you've accumulated, or the idea of you. Some people hold on to the idea of their younger body and do so many things to try and hold on. I look at the industries now that are making a fortune out of people holding on to time, holding on to their body, holding on. You can keep it in good nick. You can look after it. But be very careful of being obsessed. And just allow yourself to recognize you're attached to nothing apart from your decision. And as you look at it, make a new decision. Imagine yourself moving through time, through life, with awareness, and then choose to experience things without identifying with them in attachment. And just enjoy them like going to a restaurant and enjoying a particular chef, or experiencing a magnificent machine, a car, or a vehicle, or a motorbike. And enjoy it. But don't attach, don't attach, don't attach. Careful. Allow yourself to flow through like a dancer moving across a stage and moving into the most amazing movements, dancing like no one's watching in your life, and letting go the past that is where you've held on too tight, or you don't want to let it go, or you're holding on to regret, disappointment, blame, unforgiveness. And now increase your breath into a heart coherent breath. 5 in, 5 out. Take control of the breath. And just notice your relationship with the breath while you have it is a source of life force, chi, prana, breathing. It's a wealth, believe me. It's a wealth. If you've ever been at the beginning of a life and witnessed a birth, you'll see the first breath. It's amazing. And then if ever you've been blessed enough to sit with somebody who is passing on to the next evolution, you'll hear the crackling of the last breath. And it's done, gone. Amazing, really, quite wonderful. And if we let go attaching any drama to it, just allow the witnessing of this journey of individualized beings causing and affecting, experiencing. And then as you float up and look at your realm, your busyness, your flow, your creation, your, well, busyness, and look at busyness and go, am I busy because I identify myself as I'm so busy, or are you really busy? Do you need to adjust your busyness into more organized? Or are you, I'm so busy, because you don't want to look too hard. It sort of distracts you from attending, or you're overwhelmed. So whatever all that is, just notice it and float up even higher and let go. Let go. And as I go around the realm, let go of your busyness. Unless you're attending to something with immersion and focus, dedication and attention to cause something beautiful. And let go of fluffing about moving paper around your desk, or these days, just moving stuff around your computer. And as you witness yourself, move to your relationships and notice the way you're attached to another person or people. And is it allowing each other to be free spirits? Or is it clingy and attached and filled with shoulding? Are you disappointing each other because you're not fulfilling what you think each other should be doing, being? Understand that each of us is on a unique journey. Each day we wake up, we're in a journey, a new place, and we enter it and we look at our busyness, we look at our relationship, we look at our life, friendships. And just as you look at it and float up even higher if you need to get a panoramic view and lay out your world you've caused. It's amazing. Good for you. You've caused this amazing world. But I promise you, you don't need everything in it. You're holding on to some stuff because we do. You're attached a little. And just allow yourself to let that go again. And now go into a Wim Hof breath, looking at this space, looking at 225, looking at December, and looking at the completion of this time segment called a year in the calendar year. And look at it. And allow yourself just to, as you take a big breath, through to 34 breaths. And then out on the 34th breath and hold. And as you do it, just take a look at all of that space and notice the realm. Notice what you've achieved. Notice what you're holding on to. Notice where you're hesitating. And just be aware and breathe into it. And then go into a hold. And hold at 34 breaths. And when you've held it long enough, when you get there, it's yours to do. Then breathe in and hold again for 13 seconds with a count of 13. Or 21, whatever you like. They are Fibonacci numbers, and I have a great belief in the magnificence of the language of numbers and design. And as you hold and sit still, just witness where you are. And for a moment, just throw 226 as a space. The next season, the next year. In the whole. And just look at it and look at the idea of you, how you want to be, even more refined. Free-spirited, in allowance, not attached, if that appeals to you. Powerful, gorgeous, beautiful, extraordinary, fiercely fabulous, gorgeous human being. Sexy, smart, humorous, healthy, conscious, present. And as you look at the space of 226, see that being before you. And when you're ready, just run another breath cycle of the Wim Hof style breath. When you're ready in your own time. And just look at this being in the space of 226, in the segment of 12 months. Or if you're in ancient Bali or the Hindu Buddhist space, you'll see 13 months in their calendar, which is more aligned. But however you play it, all of it exists. Just notice your segment of time and see you there, and then make a decision as you run another breath or not. Make a decision to choose your best manifestation, expression, preparedness to be in your full expression, preparedness to be in absolute authenticity. In other words, I bring all of me without hesitation or shyness, fear. Let go the attachment to emotional drama. It's just a drama holding on to a story, sort of justification, justice, but it's painful and heavy. Let it go and see that being in the next evolvement, or see it now, or you're already there, and just polish it. And check your breath and run the other one. Another 34. And see the space. And now bring in what you choose. The things you need to use, the things you need to inhabit that you choose, the space you choose to live in, or spaces. The adventures where you want to evolve your busyness to, or how you want to influence, and see it before you and just grab it, snapshot it, and breathe into it and hold again. And as you do that, just bring your awareness now to the tiny increment of time left to complete this season. No matter what condition it's in, no matter where you brought it to, complete, incomplete, stop, look at it. I remember in Brisbane that when the jacarandas are out, if you haven't done study for the exams at university, it's pretty much too late when those beautiful flowers come out. I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently it is. And just notice that we are so close to the completion of the calendar year. So just notice, are you rushing around trying to get stuff done because it really needs to be done, or are you just in the habit of we've got to get it all done because everybody wants it all done, because everybody wants it all done, because everybody wants it all done, or are you in shh? So allow yourself to come into your sacred divine self and make that decision and look at the completion, the little increment of this year where you've chosen to put the pen down, put the computer down, put it down, and just notice where that is. And reflect that you have completed this year and there's a few things to tidy up or move around or just put away or put down till next year. And this year, allow yourself to really see it ritualistically, to really complete it, not just because you stop doing and you lie there and then eat Christmas food and just sort of get that done and run around. Just stop a minute and look at the symbolism of it. You'll never, ever experience 225 again in time. It is done. It is just winding up. It is complete. But you'll never complete. The same goes for today, this morning, this minute. So could you add respect for time? And consider that the Don Mecca of all assets is time. And as you consider it, and you look at yourself and what you've done with time and what you've accumulated and where you are and what you decide is true or not true, and allow yourself just to run another breath, and then allow yourself to float back down into time, into this space, into now. Allow yourself to come into the space of now, in the space of your things, your life, your having, what you've created and the players around you. And notice you've popped into life somehow and you're experiencing it. It's just that I believe that if you really, really consider it with sacred awareness, you'll appreciate what you're playing with. It's quite something. It's called a life. your life. It's really, really beautiful. It's really amazing. But you can go through it if you're not careful without any awareness and just be in the doing, running around. Or you can bring your awareness into a sacred consciousness and really, really notice what you're playing with. Not to be intense, not to be overly wound up about it, or not to be overly stuck in your head about it. Just aware. And the sacredness of it. You've all experienced where, with love and respect, somebody has been taken out of your life, shockingly, without notice. You've experienced that. You know how sacred it is. You sort of get it's your attention when something like that happens. You also know how extraordinary it is when a new being in your immediate realm turns up and is born. It's quite something. There's tears and laughter and joy and overwhelm. And then at the other end, there is tears and laughter and joy or not, depending on how they have caused their life and how you are in it with them and as they complete it. When somebody is completed and you're at a funeral or in a church or wherever it is, and somebody's doing a eulogy or telling a story, and everyone laughs and everyone recognizes, oh my God, yeah, I remember that. And oh my God, they certainly are that. And then somebody gets up that no one knows and says, oh, I'm not a part of the family. I'm not ready. But he was there for me in a way that I've never, ever, I'm just blown away by the insane love and selfless generosity and care. And then somebody else gets up and says, me too. And then somebody else says, yeah, me too. Or somebody says, I never knew about them and they're my best friend. And the life lived. So as you check and come in and look around, just allow yourself, maybe for the first time, maybe more intensely the first time. Maybe this is where you live anyway. It's okay, we're just reminding you. Each second is sacred. And you've completed 2025, 2024, 3, 2, 1, blah, 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 all the way back. I turned up in 1954. I don't know about some of the years of each of you. And here I am. And here you are. So now, as you look at the increment through till Christmas, or the idea of that symbolic time, just look at it and then look at it and decide what you're going to do just to bring it through, just to complete, prepare, perhaps celebration, whatever you're doing, perhaps tidying up some business things, rushing around, getting it all done, all of that. And just stop a minute and be really aware and decide that being out in the future in 226 that you conjured up, bring them in now. Bring them through time into now and imagine embodying their values. Imagine embodying their modus operandi and go into a gentle breath. Imagine embodying their resonance, their frequency. Imagine embodying their consciousness. Notice the health, the clarity, the senses fully alert. Aliveness, appreciation, gratitude, joy. Imagine that and embody it now. Allow it to come in and breathe it in. And as you breathe, I want you to imagine the base chakra or the perineum in your sexual area down there. And imagine, put attention on it and just feel into it and imagine it's electrical, like energy. Some of you will have no trouble with that at all. And then imagine breathing it up your spine, all the way up your spine to your crown chakra, to your crown. And then breathe it out. And let it come down to about 1 inch or a bit below your navel in your dantian. And just breathe it there and run a gentle breath and imagine it. And now bring it down, bring the electricity down and just breathe. Breathe in and bring it down to your perineum and then bring it up your spine to your crown again. And then let it go down to your dantian, 1 inch below your navel. And now speed it up. Just a gentle and bring it up and down the circle. You might start to feel an electricity, you might not. Just feel it and bring that center. Bring it round and round. Your attention to where your heart is, and then look through to the back of the spine, where that is in your spine, and directly in line with your heart. And put your attention on there and bring the energy round and through it. Just putting your attention there. And imagine opening it like a flower, like a lotus. And now open the perineum like a lotus. And now bring your attention further up to your brain stem, where your spine joins your brain, your mind, your head. And just do the same thing there. And bring the energy all the way around. And then just focus on that point. It's in line with the pineal gland, perhaps, the third eye at the back. Just bring it round, circulating. Put your tongue underneath the palate, up near where the teeth join the skin at the top of your mouth. And just put your tongue on the tip, if it's not already there. And join the electricity. And then bring it around and around. And now bring your attention to the crown as the flower opens on that beautiful pineal point. And bring it round to the crown. And just breathe into that as bring the circle and just bring it around and put attention on that point. And then imagine honey dripping from that point of the crown chakra down the front onto your tip of your tongue on the top of your palate. And taste the honey dripping down. And then let the honey drip down to your heart at the front. And put your attention on the heart center chakra. As the honey drips down and drips all the way down through your dantian, all the way down to your perineum. And just breathe it round as the beautiful energy of the honey and the energy and the electricity spin. Pull it up with your breath in, up to the top and around. Now put your attention on your perineum and open it like a flower, like an energy center. It is your beautiful sexuality, your beautiful energy, life force. Everything begins from there. It is the source of all wealth. And then bring that energy up as sexual, beautiful energy and imagine transmuting it into energy from its juices. As you do that and bring it round and round and round, put your attention now on moving into the completion of the 225 season. Amazing. Well done. Good journey. Good job. Whatever you've done, whatever you've achieved, whatever isn't complete, whatever was unable to be completed, whatever was disappointing, whatever, just allow it now and be aware, and then just let it go. Like the sands of the mandala being wiped through by the hands of the Buddhist monks, of the ancient one. And just have a clean space. And now imagine yourself with a clean space before you between now and the completion of this year. In all the ways it completes. There's the completion of your working time. There's the completion of the 25th and Christmas. All moving toward the new year. And just allow yourself to be sitting there. And allow yourself now to bring your attention to your dantian, to the center there, just below your navel. Just a little bit under, 1 inch down, 1 inch in, deep into your body. And just feel it. And imagine the sun, the yellow color of the solar plexus or the sun, the life force. And just allow yourself to come into a gentle breath, feeling everything being drawn into that place. And allow yourself to feel a sense of accomplishment for your year and your life to date. You've traveled a life to this moment. It's incredible. I'm so honored to know you. And as you sit in this stillness, start to bring your attention into the immediate now, the day, your body, if you've forgotten you had one. Bring your awareness into your body. Feel the physical, feel the tingling, feel the breath, feel the senses. Look at your optical capability, your auditory capability, your sense of smell and taste, your kinesthetic feeling ability, and your thinking ability. And just feel blessed. You make a significant difference to humanity. Just you alone. You are part of it. You are integral in the matrix. You are vital and necessary, gorgeous, beautiful. But your consciousness, that makes the difference. So as you put attention on the value of you and celebrate you, well done on this year and the life you lived so far. And as you imagine the empty space of 226 before you, just see it in advance as an extraordinarily beautiful year of being alive, of living, of celebrating, of completing, doing, influencing, loving, sharing, listening, contributing. You're magnificent. And as you allow yourself to come back into the room, welcome home into this you. Take some sighs. Thank you for trusting me today. It's so nice to play.